Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
He's at the 20.
They should stop this one.
What you got? Domination, snot bubbles.
He throws, complete, touchdown. They've got him again. They've got him again. Sack Crumpler, what a throw, what a hit, what a catch.
Defense is just way too much for the count.
It's caught by Alshon Jeffrey for a touchdown. He pushes, touchdown. Jalen Hurts, touchdown. A.J. Brown a run. He's going to score.
It's a touchdown by Nick Foles. The train is in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Torrey Smith
In for the touchdown is Jeffrey in. Touchdown. Jalen Hurts.
So the Birds were back at practice today, and as we close out day 2 of training camp, there's a lot to jump into, starting with the Eagles defense. Reports were that the defense had a great day at camp, but we're going to start it off first like we did yesterday and give you some of the injuries that were here day 2 of training camp. Even though they were the same players from yesterday, still want to keep you updated over there. And the same guys from yesterday were on the injury update. Jahai Campbell and Juergens were limited, with Jalen Carter and Kenyon Green DNPs. And we began practice today with Fangio when he held his press conference today, where he told Philly media what the intentions were with Cooper DeJean, saying that the plan is to get DeJean at the safety position when the team is in base defense.
Yeah. I mean, the primary motive is, we'd like to have him be part of our base package. And I do believe he can play safety. It's new for him. So we're going to give him some work there. Then you'll see days in the base where will play some corner. So it's going to be an evolution, and a lot of it will depend upon how well we do at those positions with the other guys. So, we'll make the best decision for the team based upon, so it's not only how he's doing, it's going to be determined by how everybody's doing at safety and corner.
And I think this is just one part of the bigger plot to get DeJean on the field and more reps on the field. Like I said, DeJean is a Swiss Army knife. He can do it all on defense: safety, slot corner, punt return, kick return. With that athleticism, and as young as he is, you want to be able to take advantage of all of his talent and potential right now. This is the years that you want to get everything out of DeJean, and if he can do it, why not? And speaking of the defense, Dory Jackson has initial first team reps when the guys were in base defense. Cooper DeJean also was in safety and base defense. This was very interesting. Keep an eye out for Dory Jackson. Now, it seems like the defense won today's practice, if you ask me, because we kept getting reports, especially the linebackers today. They were on fire. The linebackers were running around. Zach Bond was disruptive today. And also, we got some reports about Jeremiah Trotter Jr., who was also flying around in practice today. Those guys are going to be the future of Philadelphia, so we have to really keep an eye out for those guys. I already know that Jeremiah Trotter, if he's anything like his father, is going to be amazing in Philadelphia. But I also want to see Zach Bond in year 2. Just got a contract, all-pro, top linebacker in the league last season. So I want to see how he forms this season, how he can pick it up in his second year in Philadelphia. Offense did show up today with Hurts, who started on fire with connections to Dallas Goedert early. Did miss some seemingly easy passes to Smitty in the beginning, but afterwards he came right back with a sick pass to Smitty, who was running downfield while Hurts broke towards the sideline, and which resulted in a complete pass. So the fellas were getting some work in today. Hurts had a good day throwing. Nothing new if you ask me, because Hurts always has a great year practicing, great training camps. He always does pretty well in the offseason. Just happy to hear that he's right back on that saddle, right back at it, right where he left off. And he finished his day pretty solid, 31 reps, 17 for 19, 0 touchdowns also, but 0 interceptions. So that's something that we can grow in the offseason in this training camp with Hurts. We already know that. We knew that. This is nothing new. Just going to keep an eye out on really everyone else around him. I'm not really worried about Hurts. I'm actually more motivated for Hurts going into this season. A.J. Brown was seen battling with Kelee Ringo today, winning most of those battles, but I heard the word most, which means Ringo did win some one-on-one battles, but the majority goes to Brown, and that's all right because I would be more concerned if Ringo was winning those battles. So I'm all right with that. But we've heard Malata's iron sharpening iron comment, and this is a perfect indication of the boys doing just that, sharpening each other's skills. Because Ringo can hold his own against our top receiving core, then I think he'll be able to hold his own against opponents in the game, in live games. Now, yeah, I know you do want to hear better news about the supposed to be starting cornerback, but it's still early in camp, only day 2. Have to give the guys some time to get back in rhythm, get their feet underneath them. Plus, it's not like we don't know what Kelee is by now. He has a small sample size on the field, a small sample size. It's a sample size, though. Nonetheless, it's a sample size. So I do expect Kelee to have a great year. And with that being said, I'm not going to overly be concerned. I'm not going to be overly concerned today in just day 2 of practice. However, I do hope Ringo can start to put up better performances in practice because it's not like there's not any competition in that area vying for that position, especially with the Dory Jackson fighting for that position. And he did get some reps today at cornerback opposite of Quinyon Mitchell. So let's just hope that Kelee can iron out those kinks. And Andrew Makuba is definitely looking like the front runner for that safety position right now, as he, and again, today got some reps on the first team defense. And as I've said before, him and Sidney Brown will be competing for that spot. And seeing how Makuba and Brown is getting reps on the first team defense, the battle is on. And we can definitely see the rotations. The Birds are letting both of the boys get reps in the first team in base and in nickel. I'm excited to see this battle. Oh my gosh. I know we have 2 hard-hitting safeties, and one just has to be a little bit more smarter than the other when you think about it. With Sidney Brown being the safety who's going to start in nickel, well, that's what it's looking like right now. He's definitely going to have to use those wits a little bit more than he would if the defense was in base, because we know, and like I've said in prior videos, Vic Fangio's defense is more about knowledge, scheme, and understanding the scheme and schematics than it is about just pure talent. Because like I said, we have 2 hard-hitting safeties. These guys are physical. They come at you in loads. These guys are great, especially when it comes to the physical aspect of the game. We have no questions about that. The question is, are these guys going to be able to understand where they're at situationally on the field and perform at a high level? I have no doubt in my mind that either one of these guys will flourish. I'm a little bit more skeptical about Brown because we've seen what he can bring, and he missed a lot of tackles in that 23 season, but 24 he made up for it. Want to see how he can do in a starting role. Makuba, I'm excited about because he's a rookie. He's young. We don't know what to expect, so I'm excited about that. These guys are going to be battling, and the battle has just begun. So there's really no news that's coming out of that yet. But as we get further in the days of the training camp, this is going to be a battle worth keeping your eyes on. And I honestly don't know who's going to win it right now. Jordan Davis has came into camp and have seemed to really slim down a whopping 26 pounds, now down to 330 pounds. But Davis this season will need to increase his snaps on the defensive line and improve in some parts of his game. And I have all the faith in JD to perform at a high level this season with a higher amount of snaps and becoming a bit more productive against the pass. And like he said, with his new weight and what he's bringing in, how he's moving in this season, he'll definitely get some opportunities to do that.
Definitely was a lot of work being put in that was behind the scenes. And obviously in the spring, y'all came back and y'all got a chance to see how I was progressing and stuff like that. And it's just a continuation of it all. I don't ever want to be like, too light in a sense. But, the weight that they gave me, I feel like I'm completely capable at for playing both the anchor and being a pass rusher. And I just want to be, like they said, quarterback. I just want to be a dual threat. So I don't want to be a one-trick pony. I don't want to be, all that stuff. So I I feel like it's going to be helpful for me to contribute to the team. So whatever I can do to do it.
What kind of workload do you think you can take now, snap-wise? I mean, obviously Jalen's gone to a spot where he almost never comes off the field.
Right.
Is there a happy medium for you there? What do you think your workload can be?
I can't really say specifics for sure, but I do want to be on the field as much as I can. And whatever's required or whatever's needed of me, I want to be on the field. I don't want to be a player that comes off every second and long, every third down and stuff like that. I want to be able to make those plays and, show the people what I'm capable of because, being a one-trick pony, being a run stopper, an anchor, that's cool and all, but I want to be able to do more. And whatever I could do, if I'm on the field longer, then I feel like I contribute more to the team.
Davis is definitely playing to be in Philly for a longer period. And I know the Birds exercised his 5th year, but I'm sure Davis wants more. Hell, I want more for him. But similar to Goddard with availability, it's the same with Davis. He doesn't see the field as much. JD got 37% of the snaps in 24 when role guys like Milton Williams had 47, and that's just not going to cut it. With a starter and a superstar that JD can be, he can definitely up the ante on that percentage. And now, don't get me wrong, when on the field, he accounted for a massive amount of stops against the run. It's just you want to see a little bit more production come out of Jordan Davis this season. And I think with him slimming down, and he hasn't been big, like fat, over the last couple of years. He's been slimming down in the last 2 or 3 training camps that he's been in. So it's really good to see that he's working towards that goal. Now it's just, let's get the product. Let's see it all come together on the field when he's slimmed down. 330 pounds is great. He's going to move faster, quicker. He even talked about how he doesn't even get tired as quickly anymore. That weight that he's lost has actually helped him become a better player.
What did you change?
What happened?
What did you change this offseason?
Just putting in the work and being consistent at it. Like I said, like a continuation from the spring, continuation from the wintertime, understanding that my role is bigger and what's expected of me is greater. And so, obviously you have to change and adapt. And I'm just glad that I'm at this place right now and I can hit the ground running. And, fortunately, we got a great group of guys on the D-line and we all pushing each other and we all motivate each other. So I just want to be the best for the team and not only for the team, but for my brothers.
What results have you seen as a byproduct of losing somebody?
I'm sorry?
What results have you seen as a byproduct of trimming down?
I'll say living better, more energy, greater focus, conditioning wise on the field. I feel like, it takes me longer to really get tired or to really like feel that, that sun and everything. But, it's just kind of getting back into the swing of things and then also just adapting to my new body at this new weight and, just kind of feeling it out on the field and stuff like that. And that's not saying that like everything is completely different. I'm still the same Jordan Davis. I'm still going to be that anchor. I'm still going to be that same player. But knowing that with this new weight, I can do a lot more. I can move a lot more, like on passing reps. Like I'm going to be expected to ask of that. And, that's just what's been communicated with me from the top down. And honestly, I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. And I'm just ready to go.
Jahai Campbell didn't do much today. Not much to report about with JC, but he did get some work today with the second team. And honestly, I'm just happy to see him out there already, showing off some of that athletic ability early in camp, similar to what Vic Fangio said, who was also surprised to see Campbell back out there. JC was cleared, and now he's back out there practicing with the fellas, showing off some of the athletic ability. Ready to see him in the preseason, ready to see him in games, especially how he lines up with some of the best in the league.
Yeah, it was good to see him out there. I wasn't expecting him out there. The trainers had been telling me all spring that it would be some point in August when he'd be out there. So I'm learning that our trainers like to understate and overachieve so they look good. But it was good to get him out there, number one. It was just an hour of practice, but no earth-shattering news to report yet other than it was good that he was out there and he's progressing.
Let's get the channel to 2,000 so you can get a chance to win Eagles tickets. You know the routine. Like, comment, share, subscribe, everything in between. show your contributions, and we're going to show our appreciation with Eagles tickets. Subscribe now. Training camp is in session. Preseason is next week, and the season is right around the corner. We are in the thick of things. Be blessed. Go Birds.